Hi guys, it's Angelia. How's everybody doing? Oh my goodness, I've missed you guys. It has been way too long. It's been what? A month? Maybe over a month now? And I am so sorry that it's been that long, but between life and not feeling the best, yeah. But I'm here now, and I am feeling so much better. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh yeah. And I'll give you a health update at the very end here, so that way I can talk about the crochet first. But hopefully, I've already tried this video once and I got interrupted by Mr. Jekyll himself. I'll tell you, I'm going to start calling this the Jekyll Show. He is so mean. I think I've got the meanest rooster in my county. He just won't leave me alone. Every time I come out here, what it is, we finally decided to let that group of chickens that we have out, along with my other ones that I call them my babies, which they are the Buff Orpingtons, and they are the sweetest and most docile chicken. And I think I hear one over there now. But anyhow, he's only tried to flog me one time, the rooster from that group. And it's been a long time, but after that he hadn't tried, and hopefully he won't try. And he is a sweetheart, but this other one, he is just as mean. I need you know how you see those signs where it says beware of dog? I need one that says beware of rooster for him. He is ornery, and you don't need to go outside without a stick. You got to have some protection, because he'll flog you. He tried to flog me the other day whenever I came out with my bag of stuff to go sit in the sun, and next thing I know, I heard something running. I just happened to turn around with my bag, and I'm glad I did, because when I did, I deflected him. Because he had his talons up, he had those legs up with his talons, and his talons are that long, and fixing to gouge me one. And I thought, boy, howdy. I don't think so, not today, buddy. But anyway, so for those of you, I got some new friends up here. What that is, we have a little farm here, and I've got chickens and a pig and dogs and cats and wildlife. And so, but anyway, yeah, he's ornery. But anyhow, I want to get up here and talk to you guys and tell you what things I have to show you. I got a few finished objects, but I do have some that's already went to their new home, and hopefully my phone will let me put pictures. I did do this video a couple of days ago, and I didn't have enough room on my phone to do anything after I sat here for 40 minutes. And somehow or another, I got deleted too, in the process of me trying to clear a bunch of stuff on my phone. So hopefully this time I'll be able to do it. And yeah, so that was very frustrating. And then I've already been out here a while ago doing a video, and he just wouldn't leave me alone. So finally I just deleted it, and I'm going to start all over. And hopefully he won't come around. If you see me with my head on a swivel here, it's because he's around somewhere. And what I should do is put him in the pen before I start, but I couldn't find him a while ago. But anyhow, yes, I have missed you guys so much. And like I said, I feel a lot better, and I am ready to start cranking out some crochet things. But anyway, I want to show you what I got going. I've got notes here somewhere. Yeah, here they are. Floated off over here. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me. It is pretty windy out here, but you guys know how I love doing my videos outside. And let me tell you, the other day when I done my video, I had shorts on. It was like 80 degrees, and now it's cold. It's in the 60s, but it's cold because of these pine trees. And yeah, and it is pretty windy, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me. Now, this first thing I'm going to show you is something that I made for one of my sweet neighbors. We have got the sweetest neighbors around us. And I've been wanting to make this for her for a while, and I finally got around to it. And so I started it like a couple of months ago, I think. And I worked on it a lot while I just sat there in the recliner. And I really wasn't feeling the best, but it was just a project that I didn't have to think a lot about. And it is, let me tell you who it's by first. It's called Easy Lap Blanket Crochet Tutorial, and it's by Daisy Cottage Designs. Now, what it is, she does a tutorial on just like a sample size of how you can do this stitch, and she tells you the multiples and stuff like that. So when I seen it, I was like, that's exactly what I want to do right there. So let's see if I can get this out. When I got it out the other day, I didn't drop it on the ground, but it drug the ground and it had a big old stick hung in, and I was like, oh, I hope it don't snag that. Got to move my stick here. That's my neighbor made me that from, it's a walking stick, and I have used this a lot for me to, before I started feeling better, I was having to use this just to get around the yard because of the way I felt. But anyway, let me stand up and show you. See if I can do this without tripping. Pardon the wardrobe. You guys know I'm not nothing fancy, so nothing fancy. Okay, here it is. Oh, about dropped it on the ground. I love this so much, and I think it turned out so pretty, and it is so soft and so squishy. But look at that, isn't it pretty? I love it. And let me see if I can get back over here and get a close-up of the stitch. I think it was double crochet through the whole thing, and it's like cluster type stitches in there. But isn't that pretty? And it worked up really fast. Now I didn't bring the ball band. I used 5 of them, and it's that Premier yarn. Yeah, the Premier yarns, and it's a bulky weight 5, and the colorway I used is called Backgammon, and I used a 5.5 millimeter hook. Now in the tutorial she used like a 6 if I remember right, but I wanted to use a 5.5. But isn't it pretty? Because my tension's kind of loose, and I knew if I used that 6 it would have really been loose. But I just love this, and it is so squishy. And whenever, one day when I went in her house, I seen, I was noticing some of the colors that she uses in there, and this is going to go perfect in there. So I can't wait to give it to her. And hubby keeps asking me all the time, you got that blanket done? And I keep telling him, yeah, I got it done. I want to wait till I feel just a little bit better, so that way I can do me a video too to show my friends before I give it to one of my friends. But anyway, so I'm excited to give it to her. She knows I'm making her something. She just didn't know what I was making her. So I will be taking that to her real soon. But anyway, I'll put a link down below where you guys can, if you guys want to make you a blanket with that same type of stitch. Or, it's really easy. Like I said, I just sat there and didn't really have to think about it, and worked up really fast. Now the other thing that I made her, now this is a pattern by Creative Grandma, and she has a tutorial on how you can make it, and also I'm pretty sure it's a PDF, a free PDF download on her website, and it is a butterfly, a magnet butterfly. Got something on it there from the pine trees, but isn't that cute? Now I made this to go for my neighbor too. I thought it kind of matched the blanket. Why, I don't know. There's not any purples in the blanket, but for some reason it just looks pretty together. But anyway, this was really easy, and it was a lot of fun to make, and it just, I don't know, it just looked kind of vintage, I guess you could say, and I love vintage. And I used, I think, a 5 millimeter hook, and I think this is a Red Heart Super Saver yarn, I think. And like I said, it was really easy and a lot of fun to make. And so I made her one, and she shows you how to put the pipe cleaner on it too, and then you just hot glue the magnet on the back. Now let me just set it right there. I'll put that on that paper before it flies off. Now I ended up making me one. I did it in fall colors, and I don't really know what this yarn is here, but I think this is a Red Heart Super Saver Persimmon colorway. But this one turned out a little bit smaller than that one because of this yarn here. But I think it turned out really pretty. Fall colors. I got this one on my fridge. Now the next one I did is because one of my favorite butterflies, and I think this is called is it the swallowtail? I don't know. I should have looked it up. You think I'd know. But it's one of my favorites, along with the monarch butterfly. And the reason I wanted to do one in this colorway is because when we first moved here about 7 years ago, and we're surrounded by pine trees, a lot of pine trees. There's some oaks in here too, but the front is just solid pine trees. And here comes Mr. Jekyll already. I'll have to put him in timeout, guys. This is the Jekyll shows when I'm... You think he would learn. But anyway, when we first moved here, I remember looking up into the pine trees, and it was just a beautiful day. The sky was so blue, and you know, the pine trees being green, and all I saw was these yellow and black butterflies flying around up there, and they were absolutely gorgeous. And it just brought back so many memories. And so, of course, I had to do me one in that colorway. Now, this is mainstay black and mainstay yellow, and just a pipe cleaner. But these were so easy and a lot of fun to make, and a good way to bust out, you know, a lot of your scrap yarn if you wanted to make some for some of your friends or family or just whoever. I thought about making some and then just handing them to somebody. Put them on a trail or something, you know. I thought it'd be fun. But anyway, that's what I did there. Now, the other things I'm going to tell you that I made, which I don't have them anymore because they already went to the new home. I don't know if I already said that. I probably did. Like I said, I've already done this video once, so I don't know what I've said and what I hadn't said. But I did make some things, and they already went to their new home. And one of the things that I made, and hopefully my phone will let me insert some pictures. And I got enough room on my phone to be able to do that. So, but I'll insert some pictures while I'm talking about it. The first thing that I made is I had some grand's birthdays that were coming up, and so I wanted to make them something for their birthday. And one of them I ended up making the dog off of I think it's called Bluey, and the one that I made was Bingo. Now the one that's Bingo is like in orange colors and maybe some beige, if I remember right. Uh-oh. I don't know, chicken wars going on over there. But anyhow, I think something fell and it scared one of them. But anyway, the one I ended up making is called Bingo. And it's like in the orangey colors and stuff. Now, I found it on YouTube, and it is called Mary Makes. And it is called How to Crochet Bluey. And now she has a tutorial on it and on the Bluey one, but not the other one. But all you got to do is just change the colors if you wanted to make Bingo. But she does have it free on her website if you would like to go and make you one. And I think I used I know I did a 3.5mm hook. That's normally what I use on all my Amies. But hopefully I'll get to insert a picture and show you what it looks like. It turned out tiny. It was like about like that, which was fine. Perfect size. Okay, now the other one that I made was a pattern by Littlejohns yarn, and they were the cutest little ghost appliques. And so I ended up making a bunch of them, and I'm wanting to make me some too, because I want to make like a garland, and I want to put some of them on there, and I want to put like a ghost and a Frankenstein. And I did make a ghost, a Frankenstein in a bat, but I can't remember who the designer is. So I'm wanting to make me some. So whenever I make me some, then I'll put a link to whoever the designer is that I use. But I can't remember right now. I just know that I wrote down the ghost, and they just turned out so cute, and they were so easy to make, and they worked up really quick. And then the other thing that I made, okay, this is by a crochet site that's called Lovely Craft. And I had a request to make a zombie frog. And so what I did is I went up there and I found a frog on their website, and it's a cute frog, but it has overalls on and stuff. And so, but this one I had to make a zombie frog. And so that's what I ended up doing, and it turned out so cute. So, and like I said, I'll put a picture. And then the last one that I'm going to tell you that I made is Zero, off of the movie called Nightmare Before Christmas. And believe it or not, I have never seen that show. But it is a pattern, I'm pretty sure it was a free PDF download by Carolyne Brodie. And she also has the green guy off of the same show. I don't know his name on there too. And I don't know if it's a free PDF download, but there's two of them. So, but anyway, hopefully I'll get to insert some pictures to show you. But that's what I've made, and I have been in the mood to want to make me some Christmas things, guys. I am ready for it. I worked on a Halloween blanket for me, but I never got to finish it because I got the squares done, and it was that one that you can get. I think it's a free PDF download on the Yarnspiration outside, and I think it's by the designer Michelle Wilcox, I think. And I googled vintage Halloween blanket, and it popped up. And I made one of my grands one last year, and I wanted to make me one this year. And so I did get all the squares done, but I never got around to making the faces to put on it. But I was just so wrapped up in doing those squares that at the time I just wasn't in the mood to do the face part, because like I said, I didn't feel good. But the reason I like doing the squares is because I didn't have to think about it. And so anyway, it's sitting on my cart, but once I get it done, I'll show you guys. So, but I am in the mood to make some Christmas things. I am ready. I'm ready to go. And so I've already made one thing, but I got to still sew in the strings on it. So I might end up just showing it anyway with all the strings. I don't care. And now I'm working on another project that I've been working on every night, and I can't wait to show you guys. And so, like I said, I'm fired up, and I really want to get going with some crochet stuff. I love vintage, and I love the vintage type crochet patterns. You know, the patterns from back in the 60s and 70s and, you know, the 80s and stuff, that, especially the Christmas ones. And that's exactly what I'm wanting to do this year. I'm going to start all over with my tree. My, I guess you call it a pencil tree. And I just want to do it in nothing but crochet vintage type ornaments, and that's what I want to do. That's my goal. And in my craft room, on my wall that I have in there that I decorate, I want to do it in the vintage style too. And so what I'm wanting to do is, probably there's going to be several videos I'll make in there whenever it's cold, because, you know, I like making my videos outside, but whenever it's cold, that sun's starting to blur me out. Maybe I can move a little bit. Did that help? Sort of. I'll sit like this. But anyway, when it starts getting cold, then I'll have to do my videos in the house. So, but anyway, especially closer to Christmas. Who knows, here where I live in Arkansas, you never know about our weather. I mean, one day it is, like the other day it was in the 70s. I think it might have been 80, and I was wearing shorts. And now I'm wearing a jacket because it's like in the 60s, getting down in the 30s at night. But anyway, I'm wanting to do that wall in nothing but vintage type, you know, crochet Christmas stuff. So I'm going to bring y'all along with me whenever I do make something. I'm just going to do my video in there probably whenever it's cold outside, and just show you how I'm doing in there with it. So yeah, might do that. Might do that for the whole month of, oh, I'm not going to hold myself to it, because you guys know how I like doing them outside. Anyway, they'll be between outside and in there. But I'm going to do that wall on nothing but vintage type Christmas stuff. I do have a few things up there right now that I picked up at Walmart. They have some vintage inspired ornaments there that I picked up. And I can't wait to show you what I got. And then I also found a tree, like a little wooden tree that I got setting up in there. I already got some stuff set up in there for Christmas, guys. Telling you, I'm ready. I just don't have my tree up. Well, let me take that back. My tree is up. It's in my bedroom behind my door, because I ain't got nowhere to store it. But there ain't nothing on it. It's just green. I have to keep my door closed because of my kitty cats. You know, I can't let them in there because I have sleep apnea, because I have that CPAP machine. And here comes Mr. Jekyll. But anyway, yeah, that's what I want to do. So I'm excited. I've already got a bunch of, well, not a whole bunch, but I've already got some things that I've ran across that I'm wanting to make that are vintage type Christmas ornaments and stuff like that. So I'm excited, and I can't wait to get started. Now that I feel so much better, I'm ready to get that hook going and get that yarn going and get back to the old Angie of crocheting. I wish I could just, you guys could catch him right now and see how he does. Of course, some of y'all have chickens. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I've had roosters, how they do this pecking on the ground, and they're walking sideways, and he's trying to intimidate me. He's doing a pretty good job right this second. That rooster's giving me a headache. I'm getting my exercise, and I still got to get my walk too. But anyway, I'm excited about getting some crochet things going. So anyway, I guess I'll go ahead and do my health update now for those of you that are, sorry, I keep moving, but I keep holding that tree. I keep blocking that sun out. Okay, without me making this a super, super long video, that sun is just washing me out. Oh, and then here we go in the hole. Oh, sorry, I'm probably making y'all sick here, turning you around so much. Maybe that's better. Oh, well, it is what it is. My health. Guys, I feel so much better. And oh my goodness, I could not have done this without God. Nope. All the glory to God. And I could not have done this without you guys' prayers. Let me tell you, I feel tons and tons better. And I am so grateful and I am so thankful. I feel like I'm that close to feeling just like my old self, because I've got just one more hurdle I need to clear, and then yeah, but I'm feeling it. So, but anyway, I finally ended up going to my neurologist, and she gave me the clear. She said, "You're fine. Everything's fine." What they saw in the MRI, which I had already done a lot of reading and a lot of studying. I found a legitimate person. I say that, but I found a person that I fully understood where he was coming from on how you can tell the difference between it being one thing and another on an MRI. And so I kind of knew when I got there that it wasn't going to be what I was thinking. And it turns out it was either coming from me having, it was either cholesterol or having high blood pressure, which, I've been on blood pressure medication for like 30 years, but I'm not anymore. And so she basically told me that my nerves and everything was okay, that she pretty much thought that I either had a vitamin mineral deficiency thing. And what's so crazy about it, 3 months before that, I'd already had everything checked and everything was fine, but I was kind of low on a couple of things, except for this one. And so the day that, so they ended up taking me in there where we went, because they had a lab there and we done some lab work. And then 2 days later, the day that I was going to go see my cardiologist, because the things that were going on with me was making my heart do all kinds of crazy things, and it was getting worse. And so finally I broke down and called and made an appointment and got to go in 2 days later. And the day that I was going, they called with my test results and told me that I was really low on iron, and that I was really low on my sodium. And so you're talking, you're looking at a person here that never would use a salt shaker, had a high cholesterol or high blood pressure. Being on blood pressure medication, I was always afraid to use a salt shaker. And so, I had some salt in some of the food, but what it was, I was drinking so much water that whatever salt that I was getting, I was, I guess, flushing it out. And so, yeah, that ended up washing the rest of the salt that I had in me out. And so that, and there was one other thing, it seemed like, yeah, maybe it was because they told me I need to slow down on my water. She told me just to back off on the water, up your sodium intake, start using that salt shaker some. That's what she told me to do. And they put me on an iron supplement. And so that day when I went to my cardiologist and was telling him about it, he told me the same thing. I need to up my sodium. And but he also wanted to check my heart, because the way my heart had been acting and stuff. And so I wore one of those heart monitor things for like 2 weeks. And then I had a echocardiogram done, which I ain't never had one of them done, where they take an ultrasound and they just run it. You lay there and they run a thing over you doing an ultrasound on your heart. And so I had that done. And then, but she told me that day, she said, if you don't hear anything back from him today, she said that, that means if they see something serious, they'll call you that day. I didn't hear nothing that day. So I was like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you. But then I was getting nervous, because I thought, well, they're closed today, so maybe that's why they're not calling. And then I thought, well, surely he's somewhere around where I went. So anyway, so I had to wait the whole weekend. And then Monday come around and I never heard anything. And I finally just went 2 days ago to see him. And when I went in, he told me, I'm sorry guys, that sun has burned me out. When I went in, he told me basically, he said, your heart is fine. He said that what I have, I got it wrote down here because I can't pronounce it. The initials are SVT, and I'm going to butcher this. Supraventricular tachycardia or something like that. It's what it is. It's where episodes of abnormally fast heart rate, where my heart just races with me. And mine episodes were like less than a minute, which technically, I'm going to turn you a little bit so that sun won't wash you out. Hold on. Well, I accidentally stopped the video, so I got to start over again. But anyway, mine turns out that mine does it for less than a minute. So he said mine wasn't nothing really to be, to worry about or concern or anything, because I can tell mine don't last for that long. A couple of them not that long, but so, and I asked him because not that day, yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. Right before I went to see him about the results of that, I found out from my other blood work, because I actually had to go back in to get my iron checked to see if it had went up, and I had to wait 2 weeks on that test because I had like a advanced cholesterol test done too, and lo and behold, everything came up, but I'm low on potassium now. So that's why my heart also had been doing all this crazy stuff. So my potassium dropped quite a bit from the last time I had it checked, and I'm taking it because I was just drinking a lot of water and just pushing everything out. So needless to say, the day I went to talk to him about this, that's when I asked him, I said, well, being low in potassium cause it to do any of this stuff? And he said, yeah, it could. And so what I'm doing now is I am upping my potassium big time, and I can tell that it is because I feel a lot better, and my heart's not been doing any of that crazy stuff. So thank you, Lord. Like I said, all the glory to God for it. I couldn't do it without him, and I couldn't do it without you guys and your prayers. Thank you guys so much. You don't know what it means to me. So now I just need to get my potassium up all the way. So I've been eating a lot of stuff with potassium in it, which I do anyway. I watch, I usually watch what I eat, but I'm a big time avocado eater. I love my avocados. Let me tell you, I eat those things like sometimes 3 times a day. But, and I was eating quite a bit of it whenever all this was going on. But I guess because I was drinking so much water that I was just, because, like had mentioned before, I was going to the bathroom 3 to 5 times during the night. And I was just, but once I upped my sodium, there's my blondes. Once I up my sodium intake, I don't do that anymore. And so, and let me tell you, the day that they told me to up my sodium, I went and I had me a pizza. 2 days later, I had another pizza. I think it was 3 days later, I had another pizza. The day that he told me to up my sodium, we stopped and got us a pizza. I love pizza. If I could just eat nothing but pizza, I would eat pizza all the time. But I know I can't do that. But let me tell you, it brought my sodium up. So I'm so grateful for it. I am so thankful for it. But anyway, I'm sorry that I've been all over the place, but you guys know how I am. It's always pause the video or something going on with Jekyll. And yeah, I'm all over the place. But I guess I'm going to hop off here because here he comes again, and I don't want to keep pausing it. I got to splice this together, and hopefully my phone will let me. But anyway, I want to say thank you again, guys, and I'm sorry it's taken me so long to come up here to do videos. I see him coming to do some videos and stuff. But like I said, I wasn't feeling good, but I'm feeling tons and tons better again. And I thank you guys so much. And anyway, I'll have links down below in the description box to everything. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful, blessed day. And I will be chatting at you guys real soon. Jekyll? I guess I better pause it because here he comes.